I finally got to watch Tron Ares in Dolby Atmos because I figured if Tron 1982 and Tron Legacy relied so much on their visuals and audio, why not go watch Tron Ares in Dolby? And I think it was the right decision. Tron Ares is about what you expect from a Tron movie. Pretty mediocre story, very poor script, and everything else is pretty damn good. Unfortunately, this is not what anyone asked for. I'm not gonna blame the hiring of Jared Leto on the failure of this movie, even though he's had a track record this past couple of years of being in movies and them not doing well. But the combination of him, the poor director choice of getting the guy that made maybe the worst parts of the Caribbean movie, and just the fact alone no one gives a fuck about Tron, just led all this movie to fail. I mean, it's doing worse than Morbius opening week. I think that says enough. I really don't think it's Jared Leto's fault or Hassan Minhaj's fault, who's also a pretty hated actor, and I just think it's Tron's fault. I don't think anyone likes Tron. If Tron was led by I don't even know who, Channing Tatum or Robert Downey Jr., this movie would still do just as bad. Honestly, I think it would do just as bad. Holy shit. There's just nothing they could have done right with this movie except try to make a good movie and it would still do bad. I think Tron Ares is just okay. I don't think there's anything um horrible about it besides the script. I think everything else is just kind of okay. The actors did the best job they could have with the script they were given. I think a lot of the lines of dialogue were just dumb and pretty lazy, but I think the main issue I have, and it seems like a lot of people have this issue with this movie, but then again, Tron isn't popular, so it's not that big of a deal to Disney to do this. This is a sequel to Tron 1982 more than it is a sequel to Tron Legacy. We do have the Tron Legacy world, but we don't have any mention of Sam Flynn or his AI girlfriend throughout the entirety of the movie until the last 2 minutes when Jared Leto's going on a hunt for them, and then it just cuts to credits. We don't really know what's going on there. Um, I don't know what the decision was for that. I mean, Tron Legacy, the whole point of the movie was maybe we're gonna build a franchise out of this. I mean, the end of the movie is Sam Flynn taking control of the company, and then this movie we just start off with Sam Flynn is missing and Dillinger is taking over the company. I'm not really too sure. I don't know what they were thinking making this a sequel to the 1982 movie instead of the one from almost a decade ago. So that was probably a big problem for everybody watching this movie. I didn't really care too much because Tron just isn't something I don't, and I don't think anyone else really cares about. It's just a nostalgia thing, and that's it. I think Tron as a movie is pretty shit, but as a 2 hour Nine Inch Nails music video, this is fucking amazing. I mean, the soundtrack and score in this movie is just brilliant. I think it's better than Daft Punk's score in Legacy, but I think I'm only saying that because every single second of this movie is a song playing, and every single action in this movie plays along with the music, and every single piece of dialogue feels like it's playing along with the music. And I know people don't like 2 hour music videos for movies, but considering I watched this in Dolby and I was kind of expecting this already, considering Tron's legacy, I didn't really mind. I thought it was fun and I enjoyed it. I really did. I thought this was a fun watch. Am I gonna watch it again? Probably not. Is it a good background movie? It definitely is. I think this is like one of the best background movies ever made. Visually, this movie is good. Is it on par with Legacy in 1982? Probably not. Probably not, to be honest. I think there's some cool things they do, like going back to the 1982 Tron verse, and you get Jared Leto's gray face along with Kevin Flynn's gray face, and the whole world just feels like the 80s again. I thought that was cool. A lot of the fights look really good, especially with the sabers they have in this movie. That all looks cool. The only problem I have with the fights in this movie is that they do too much slow mo. I don't know if it's because they use the real actors for the fights, or if they just wanted to use slow mo because they thought it looked good. I thought the slow mo looked cheap and well, just cheap. I really didn't appreciate it because the fights were really good up to the parts where there were slow mo, and there was a lot of slow mo in these fights, and I really didn't appreciate that. Um, I think everyone did pretty good in this movie. I really wish we got more Cam Monaghan. I really think he should have been Tron Ares or maybe the main actor. He if you saw the background, or the sorry, the bloopers and the behind the scenes of him, he looked like he was really wanting to be in this movie. He's barely in it at all, but he probably would have been the best lead actor. He could have been Tron Ares instead of Jared Leto, and would that have let this movie be better? Maybe. You would have had someone who probably he looked like he cared a lot more than anyone else in this entire movie. I think Greta Lee did a good job. I think Evan Peters was cool. I think Jodie Turner Smith was amazing. I think everyone in the main five ish, so Jared Leto, Greta Lee, Jodie Turner Smith, Evan Peters, and Gillian Anderson. I think all five of them were just pretty good. No one did horribly. Like I said, I think it's just a script's fault that they all seemed pretty rubbish. The other problem with this movie, and this goes into the acting, you can't hear half of the lines in this movie. And it's because of the score and this being a music video. This literally just being a 2 hour music video. You can't hear half of the lines being said. I couldn't believe it. Like, Greta Lee was having like a discussion with Jared Leto in a car. Couldn't hear what's happening. Greta Lee's having a conversation with her coworkers in a building. You can't hear what's happening because there's stuff exploding, and it's just so annoying and unbearable. It's unreal. Even the opening sequence when she's in the ice icy area with her coworker, you can't hear what they're saying because they're just fucking music and wind blowing in your ears. And I don't know if it's Dolby's fault, but I see a lot of people complaining about this, so it's probably the movie's sound editing and it's horrible. Also, the regular editing in this movie feels way too bizarre. There's just too many cuts, and the slow mo, like I said, the slow mo is just really fucking annoying too. But overall, I really just can't hate Tron Ares. I might be lowering my score by 1 point after this. I'm not really sure, but there's just nothing to like really hate about this movie. It's fun. It looks good. It sounds good, but it's just not a movie. I'm giving this a 5.5 or 6 out of 10. I really don't know what to say about Tron Ares. Like I said, this is just a 2 hour glorified music video for Nine Inch Nails. So I really did enjoy it. Is it really a movie? Is it really something I'd go back to? I don't think so. I really don't. What is the future of Tron? Is there anything after this? They're building up to sequels at the end of this movie, but I really just don't care for anything. I don't care for Greta Lee. I don't care for Mcott. I don't care for Flynn. I don't care for whatever happened to Dillinger. I don't care for anybody. I just if the whole world exploded when the movie ended, I wouldn't have cared. Tron is just in a place where no one gives a shit, and I don't think anyone ever will give a shit. Would this work better as a TV show? Maybe. I really don't know. Tron movies just feel like spectacles visually and audioly, but otherwise, there's just no other reason to check out Tron movies.